Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Rainbow Tarot UK here. A big warm thank you and welcome to all my returning viewers and subscribers. If you're new, then also fantastic, welcome. It's always great to get new people connecting in. And in today's reading, we are going to be looking at, should you stay in this connection? Should you wait for this connection? Should you hold on to this connection? Is it worth and worthy of you? Is it worth your time, love, effort? And as usual, we have three piles. We've got pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. So as usual, just use your intuition, go with whatever pile is calling to you the most, and that's probably got the messages for you. Just a quick reminder, as usual, it's a general reading, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. You don't have to take any messages that you are not comfortable with. So let's get straight to our reading. See you soon. Hi number 1, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading we are asking, should you stay, should you remain in this connection? Now obviously this is depending on the nature of the connection, this can be like a big question. So just take this reading as some insight, some guidance for you. Certainly don't base your whole decision just on this reading, but it's going to hopefully give you some insight, maybe some guidance, and it will just confirm things that you already know about this connection. So you chose this lovely little round silver pendant here. I'm going to put that here. Now I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I've got some tarot and I've got some oracle cards here, and as I'm laying them out, as usual, if you feel like you want to subscribe, particularly if you enjoyed the reading, then that'd be great, because it just means that I can grow the channel and I'll be able to deliver more readings like this in the future. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So your first card says embracing. Okay, first oracle card said embracing. Now this can signify, because it's on a kind of water, it's like a floodplain really, so water ebbs and flows quite a lot. And the embracing is about embracing either a huge surge of emotions, like the water coming in and flooding the plains, or a sort of blockage or not much emotion going on. So it's a kind of, maybe that's got something to do with this connection. Either there's an overflow of emotion, or there doesn't seem to be much emotion going on, or much demonstration of emotion, or feelings are either very high or quite low. But anyway, let's have a look at the other cards. Unrequited love. So it says at the bottom, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So maybe you, or you're thinking your person, there's not, so maybe this is quite a new relationship, or maybe this is a relationship that's actually been going on for quite some time, and that kind of chemistry or that attraction doesn't feel very evident. But because it says unrequited love, it makes me feel like maybe this is a bit of a situation of you liking someone, or a crush situation, or maybe a situation in a relationship in the early stages actually, where it just doesn't feel like there's a lot of chemistry, or it's one-sided. Maybe one person feels like they're giving more than the other one does, than the other one is giving. Okay, free yourself. Okay, it's time to take back control of your life. So maybe somebody, along with the unrequited love, along with the free yourself, along with the embracing of emotions kind of coming and going, I just get the sense that somebody, and possibly you in this connection, pile number 1, is feeling like that you're not really getting a lot from this connection. You're not getting a lot back from this connection, and you're wondering really whether it's worth your while, because we have a unicorn in this kind of enclosure, don't we? Well, unicorns are beautiful, wonderful creatures, and they shouldn't really be, you know, trapped or chained up. They need to be out. So I just feel like maybe you're feeling that you are, you know, you've got a lot to offer and a lot to give, and I'm sure that you do, but this situation isn't really, you know, giving you that back. And maybe you're thinking, oh, is it time to go? Is it time to move on from this connection? Let's have a look at the tarot and see what it says. So what I've done here, sorry if you can hear a little yappy dog. I've got a neighbour who's got a dog who sometimes makes a little bit of noise. So apologies for that. Yeah. So the first couple of cards are really how your person views you. Yes, that's the first couple of cards. Let's have a look at those. So we have the Star. And we have the Three of Wands. So I think that your person, it does actually view you as somebody, I mean, they may not show it, but they certainly view you as somebody worthy of attention. You might even be somebody that they see as very popular, it's very kind of out there, somebody who is very positive, somebody who's very attractive, somebody who gives them hope. I think somebody who gives them hope, maybe quite a healing person for them. But the Three of Wands makes me feel that they maybe think, and it goes along with the Star, they maybe think you're a little bit out of their reach in some way. So that makes me think again, is this a sort of like a crash situation, or a relationship that hasn't quite got off the ground? You know, maybe emotions have been up, maybe emotions have been down, you know, because that communication hasn't really been, you know, you haven't been able to communicate or tell each other how you feel. So then maybe there's a lot of, you know, do they like me, don't they like me, is it all one-sided? But I do feel this is how they see you. So this is actually confirmation, I think, if you're wondering about that they do see you as somebody who's very attractive and positive and popular. I'm just getting the word popular. They see you as very popular, or certainly sought after. And I think they think that I don't know if they think you're a little bit out of their league, or that you are already maybe losing interest in them with the Three of Wands. You know, you're already kind of looking elsewhere in some respects. So maybe they feel that you have lost interest in them. You know, maybe there's something like that going on. So maybe you're thinking that, maybe they're thinking that, and maybe there's this kind of like miscommunication, these mixed messages that often comes about in a situation when you like someone but you haven't actually properly acknowledged it to each other. So there's often this kind of like, you know, you spend ages, you're thinking and wondering what they're feeling and thinking, and it can be a very kind of yo-yo-ish. You know, your emotions can be quite yo-yoing as that goes on, because, you know, both of you haven't kind of got the courage really to tell each other, to be open with each other about how you're feeling. And certainly that can happen as well also in the beginning stages of a relationship. And I've just got this feeling that this relationship is more on that kind of side. If that doesn't resonate with you, then maybe it's another path for you, but it just feels like a relationship that's in its early stages, or it hasn't quite got off the ground yet. Yeah, okay. Then we've got the next two cards, which is what their feelings are for you. So we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Knight of Swords. So they definitely want to. Their feelings, they have very, very, very intense feelings for you, actually, because the Knight of Wands, you know, knights are action, they are movement, they are bold action. So it says to me that their feelings are kind of wanting to come towards you. You know, their feelings are very passionate. Wands is about passion. it's about, you know, they want to be able to express their passion, their feeling for you. They want to do it quickly, actually. They feel like it feels to me, funny enough with this embracing card, it feels to me like their feelings are quite overwhelming, actually. That they have a lot of overwhelming feelings for you, where they want to speak their truth to you. They want to tell you how they're feeling. They want to express their feelings of passion and desire and lust for you, and they want to do it. You know, it feels to me sometimes that they can't, that their feelings are a little bit uncontrollable, and they find it difficult to control their emotion and their feelings around you, which is interesting because we have this unrequited love and free yourself. So that makes me wonder what's going on then, really. Because I get the sense that maybe, you know, you're feeling that they don't have any feelings for you, and that maybe you should get out of this situation, but actually the cards are suggesting that their feelings are very intense. So let's have a look and see what they're actually thinking. What are their thoughts about you and the situation? So we have the Hermit, and we have the Empress. So their thoughts, so this is what they're feeling, which is this very sort of intense emotion, but they can't, their thoughts are that they need to keep that to themselves. For some reason they feel that they need to keep that to themselves, that they can't express that. So maybe you're in a situation where it's a controlled environment, i.e. a work environment or something like that, where it's not appropriate. They know in their head, their thoughts are that it's not appropriate for them to express or for them to show these feelings, because the Hermit is an inward energy, it's an energy of going within, and maybe there's a lot of soul searching with them around that, and they really have to kind of temper down their feelings for you, because their thoughts is the Empress. So I think again they're thinking of you as somebody who's really, really desirable. I mean, the Empress is just somebody who is gorgeous. She is completely in control of her environment. She's above the Queens, really, in the tarot pack. So maybe you are someone who in their workplace is above them in some way. Maybe you're their manager, or you have some authority over them. So it wouldn't be appropriate in some way to show these feelings for you, because the Knight energy is quite a young energy. So maybe your person is actually, you know, quite young, or quite young certainly in, not necessarily in age, but certainly in spirit. Or maybe there is a bit of an age thing, because the Empress is a mature person, somebody who's mature. So maybe it's got something to do with, you know, there's some differences within the connection, which would mean that it wouldn't be appropriate for them to express how they're feeling, and it comes across to you as if they're not interested, and they, you know, they don't really care about the connection. But I think they definitely do care about the connection, but it's causing them to feel that they can't express it. It's also causing them to do a lot of soul searching around it, and wanting to go inward and really assess it. So they are giving it a lot of thought. So it's not a disinterest, which the unrequited love would suggest. It's certainly not a disinterest, but there are some reservations for them, possibly around the fact that there are some differences between you, and they're feeling that maybe that would be a block to them being able to express how they're actually feeling. So these last two cards are, what are their intentions in the situation? You know, what do they intend for the relationship? What are they intending to do? So we have the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, their intention really, because it comes right under these two wands of action, their intention is to actually be able to bring this relationship to something, you know, they want to build the relationship. The Ace of Pentacles is about a new beginning. It's about a new beginning based on, you know, it's like a solid new beginning, really. Yeah, they want to, and the Three of Pentacles is about, you know, building that, really, in many ways. So building that up, really. That's what I'm getting with this. That they would like to offer something solid, or like to have something solid and stable with you. And also the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. So maybe they're, you know, collaboration. So they want to come together. They want to talk with you. They want to work it out. They want you to be. They want to be able to create something with you. So they want to take this action. So their feelings are very much about wanting to take action and come towards you, collaborate with you, talk to you, build something up with you, speak their truth so that you can have this new beginning. But it's just this feeling that at the moment their thoughts are that they feel that they have to, you know, because of the situation possibly that you're in, the two of you are in, that they can't express this. But in terms of the actual question, you know, should you stay in this relationship? Well, obviously, again, that's down to you, pile number one. But it feels to me that there is a kind of like a temporary sort of separation or blockage, or a temporary situation where maybe, you know, it's not able to come to fruition. But that certainly isn't the feelings of the person that is in this connection with you. Their intention is to try and build something with you. They have very strong feelings for you. They see you as a real prize. But there's something that blocks them, and so it feels as though, from your point of view, it's a little bit of, you know, giving and you know, like a little bit of pulling you on your emotions, because you don't quite know what's going on, and you're not sure if they like you or not, and sometimes they show signs and sometimes they don't. And I think that's got something to do with either whatever situation you're both in, or whatever one of situation that one of you is in, which puts a block in some respect for them on being able to move forward as they would like to right now in the situation. But because these two cards end your reading, I don't feel that will always be the case. I feel that this relationship can move forward. But of course, it's up to you, really, isn't it? It's up to you about whether you want to hang on or not, because I get right now, it feels as though for you, or it has felt for you, that you're not getting a lot. Maybe that you're not getting a lot, or you're not giving, and you're feeling like you don't want to give a lot. But from their point of view, which is what I've looked at, the feeling is definitely there. The intentions are definitely there. They see you as something special, someone special. But there's this kind of like block for them, as I say, which I think has got something to do with the current situation. But I feel that will change. Looking at these other two cards, I feel that will change in some way, and that the relationship will be able to move forward. But of course, as I said, it's your decision, pile number one. But I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe if you have. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number two, and welcome back to the reading. So today's reading is, as we said before, should you stay in this connection? Now, obviously, as I said to the other pile, you know, it's not for me to tell you whether you should stay or not in this connection, particularly if it's or whatever connection, really. It's up to you to make that decision for yourself. But obviously, hopefully, this reading will, you know, give you some insight into what is happening, what's the kind of energy of the connection, how they're feeling, how they're thinking, and hopefully that will kind of give you a little bit more a little bit more knowledge or awareness, really. And then, you know, maybe look at some other readings, get some other insights as well before you make any major decisions. But anyway, let's take a look. So you showed this little black bead here. I'm going to do the oracle cards first, and I'm going to look at the tarot. I've already pre-shuffled the tarot. Again, if you feel like you want to subscribe, particularly if you enjoy the reading, then please do. It just helps my channel to grow, and it just means that I can then provide more readings, really. But anyway, let's get cracking. So the first oracle card we've got is Illumination. Yeah, so illumination of something coming to light, something being lit up in some way. Also, there's a strong spiritual link with this card. So maybe there's a strong, you're being guided. The Spirit wants you to know that you're being guided right now in this connection, or there's a strong spiritual link in this connection. Maybe it's about you listening to your heart, being guided by your intuition and by your heart in this connection. So maybe that's what's you're being asked to do. Okay, let's leave that there. Let's have a look at the other oracle card. Oh, reconciliation. So maybe for some of you, it says someone from your past is returning to your life. So maybe this is a situation where you are wondering, you know, maybe you've had a bit of a split with someone, and you're wondering whether you should hang on there. So maybe the split hasn't been entirely final. You know, there are feelings that's still there between you, and you're wondering about whether you should reconcile and stay in it. So maybe there's a big, quite a lot of you that well, this is the case, and you're weighing up whether you should stay in that situation, stay with that person, or go back with that person. Oh, this is interesting. So this card actually says worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So that is very interesting, isn't it? Considering we're doing a reading around, you know, should you stay in this connection? This one is actually saying it's worth waiting for. So, yeah, so let's see what the tarot say. So yeah, again, that might be something around you've had this bit of a split. Also, it might be something around maybe your person is not available, fully available to you now in some way. I'm just getting that for some of you. And you're wondering, you know, should you hang around and wait for them? For whatever reason they're not available. You know, it could be another person, it could be other commitments. So it could be some of you that have that going on as well. But anyway, let's have a look. So what I've done is I've done two cards. The first two cards are really, how does your person see you? So in terms of whether you should stay in this connection, you know, how do they see you? What are their views of you? Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, so we've got the Ace of Cups. Okay. And the Lovers. So, I mean, pile number 2, it seems to me that there is a lot of love in this connection. They see you as, I mean, the Ace of Cups and the Lovers, I mean, this is a significant relationship for them. This has like a soulmate, twin flame type feel to it. I mean, you are, you know, you are somebody that they really, really, really admire, really love and respect. But it kind of makes me feel as well as what I was saying before, that maybe, because Lovers also indicates choices in love. So it may be this connection that there is another, it's like a third party. It's a situation where maybe you or they are involved in some way with somebody else, possibly. And there's choices that need to be made, because this mermaid is looking into the mirror. Now she's in her world, which is the ocean, and she's looking through the mirror, but it's another world, it's the world on land. So it just makes me feel that there are two situations here somehow. So there's choices in love, and that would kind of go, wouldn't it, with the whole worth waiting for. And maybe because, you know, maybe if it's a reconciliation situation, you know, maybe your person or you or whatever, there's again somebody else in the situation, or they went, you know, there was somebody else in the situation in some way, and that is also within that is also part of the energy of this situation. But their thoughts of you, I think, are certainly to be, you know, to have and start a new relationship with you, because we have the Ace of Cups here. That's how they see you, as a new start for them, a new beginning, a new relationship. But there might be choices around that they're aware of, that they know they need to, or that maybe you have choices. Maybe you're the one that has to make the choice really in this situation. Yeah, maybe your choice is whether you stay in it or not. You know, that's another choice, isn't it? The obvious choice of this question: should you stay in this situation? But that might be influenced by these other factors of other people, or, you know, a past relationship, and you're kind of weighing that up really. But anyway, let's see, what are their feelings? 10 of Wands. Ace of Cups again. So I mean, they're definitely in love with you, 100%. Their feelings are, they're definitely in love with you, but it's a burden, because the 10 of Wands is somebody who is burdened by something, where it's weighing them down. So again, I get this sense that maybe it's weighing them down because maybe they're not free. You know, maybe they're not free to be able to, you know, have this new beginning with you, to start this new thing with you that they really want to, but maybe they're not able to, because there are lots of obstacles and things in the way of that actually happening. That's how they're feeling, that they have all this love for you, this strong bond with you, without a doubt, but there's other things that are getting in the way. So maybe it was a reconciliation, maybe they're involved still with somebody else, but they want to come back to you. Maybe they're involved, it's not that situation and you haven't quite got it together with them, but there is a third party here, and they can't quite be fully committed to you. Maybe there's something like that going on. Maybe it's a situation where it's kind of like an affair, or something like that, where we've got a bit of a love triangle here. But they definitely have very, very, very strong feelings for you, but it is also heavy on them, and it weighs heavy on them, because they look at this person. I mean, they've got their head down, and they can't see a way forward. I think that's what that shows really, but it's not for want of feeling. It's just that they can't see a way forward in the situation. What are their thoughts? Oh my God, the Lovers. So you've got the Lovers here, and you've got the Lovers again. So you've got 2 Ace of Cups and 2 Lovers. That's sort of uncanny, isn't it? So this is their thoughts. Hanged Man. So I definitely feel for a lot of you that this situation is a choice, that this person that you're with is possibly in a third party. This is a third party situation. There's somebody else involved, because the Lovers again, I'm just feeling that choice, because you've got these 2 people here, haven't you? And then above you've got this image of it is an angel, but it's also another person behind them. So it just feels to me like their thoughts are that they have to make a choice in love, and they may have retreated to do that. So you might actually be in separation from them, or not have heard a lot from them, because we have the Hanged Man here, and that shows somebody who has to go in to do a lot of weighing up, and interestingly, that needs to make a sacrifice, that needs to give something up in order for them to be able to move forward. So I feel at the moment your person is maybe retreated from you a bit, or gone quiet, or maybe gone a little bit cold, or because they are thinking and weighing up everything. They know that they've got to make some kind of choice, but they definitely do have a lot of strong feelings for you. They really feel the pull and the connection of this relationship. They feel they know it is 100% significant. They are absolutely, I mean, maybe this situation is your ex and they have had a relationship with somebody else and they want to come back in some way, and you're wondering, yeah, whether maybe you've always had this connection with them even though they've gone off and done been with somebody else. Maybe you're thinking, they're going to come back, are they going to come and choose me now again? Because it just feels like there's choices here. It just feels like this is a spread about someone having to make a choice between two people, and your person is retreated because they're in the process of doing that. Now let's have a look and see what are their intentions. So we have the Ten of Wands. I can't believe this reading has just got so much repetition in it. So you've got the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Wands underneath the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands was what they were feeling, which was burdened, and their intention is also a burden to them. So whatever they're intending, it's something that is a burden to them. So their intentions really are to do something which is not going to make them happy. That's what I'm picking up from this. That's not going to make them happy, that's not going to feel good for them. That's what they're intending. And the Hermit, now the Hermit is akin to the Hanged Man. So their intention in this situation, I think, is to retreat. Is to go into themselves, is to work things out, is to, well, certainly not to give out much to you. I think that's the most important thing to say, that although they have all this love, and they know the significance of the connection, and they kind of want you to hold on for them, and they want to come back to you. Their intention is that they're not really willing to kind of do a lot about that. So, for you, pile number 2, I feel kind of a bit sorry for you really, because I know that you can feel the significance of this connection. It is a very, very significant connection. It is a twin flame, soulmate kind of thing, without a doubt. But this person just looks to me like they're stuck. They're not willing to, if there is a choice to be made, they haven't made it. I mean, I just have to be honest there. They have not made it. They are still mulling it over, still worrying about all the responsibilities and the things that they have to do, still feeling burdened by the connection, still feeling burdened by what they're going to have to do. And it feels to me like they are just not, at the moment, even though they want you to hang around and wait for them, I think, they want that, but at the same time, there's not much action really towards you to back that up. It just feels to me like they want to step back, they want to retreat, they want to spend a lot of time mulling things over, and it's really about whether you want to, whether you want that, or whether that's, is that really worthy of you? But there is without a doubt, the connection is, the connection is significant. But let's go back to the Illumination card, because I think really what I'm feeling is that this card being here, you kind of know inwardly. I think your intuition is telling you what you need to do, because this is a card of guidance and saying that you really need to listen to your heart and your intuition on this one yourself, and that hopefully this reading is some kind of insight, or maybe some confirmation in some respects with that. Because, as I said, I'm just going to end it by saying there is no doubt that your person loves you and that has very strong feelings for you, and that you are in many ways a very strong soulmate, twin flame connection They are not showing, however, any indication of moving forward in action with that. They are wanting to just remain assessing and weighing it up forever and a day, really. And it's really about, I suppose, you deciding whether you can carry on with them in that kind of waiting situation. Okay, pile number 2, that has been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do press the subscribe button. That would be so gratefully received. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So today we're looking, aren't we, at whether you should stay in this connection, whether you should keep hold of it, whether you should remain in it. Of course, it's, you know, not for me to tell you one way or the other. You know, you make your own choices, you have free will, but hopefully this reading will give you a little bit of insight into the energy of the connection, what's going on, how your person's thinking, feeling, maybe their intentions, and that might give you a better insight into whether you feel it's worth holding on to, whether you feel it's worth staying in. And obviously, you know, just if it's a major decision that you're making, then obviously you want to get a few different readings. I wouldn't just base it on this one reading, but maybe it's giving you insight to help you to connect and listen, or maybe to confirm your own intuitive feelings around this situation. But anyway, let's have a look. So you chose the key, this little key. So maybe there's something about unlocking something or locking something away. Maybe it's something like that. Around should you stay in this connection. Just to say, I've already pre-shuffled the cards. Again, it's a general reading, so take whatever resonates, and then, you know, leave whatever doesn't feel right to you. And obviously, if you feel like you want to subscribe during the reading, particularly if you like it, then please do. It really helps my channel to grow, and it just enables me then to be able to, you know, produce more readings like this one. Okay, let's get straight to it. So the first oracle card is Truth. So yeah, something about unlocking the truth or getting to the truth, being true to yourself, speaking your truth. Truth is important now to you in this situation. Maybe there wasn't truth in the situation, and that's really important for you and for your person, that it is honest and truthful, and that you are both honest and truthful within the connection, whatever that means. Passion. Ooh. So allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So maybe there is a lot of passion in this connection. Maybe it has a strong chemistry, strong sexual attraction. But there's also angel wings. Or this is an angel, isn't it, in this as well? So it just makes me feel that it's not, even though it's passionate and there's a lot of passion, maybe it's not just around lust. Maybe there is something a bit more to it than that, and that's, you know, the physical side of your relationship. The physical side of your relationship was just, you know, just one way in which you connected and showed each other more than just a physical connection. Okay. Oh, okay, it says pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning, cautioning you. So maybe that's why you're having this reading. Maybe there's something about what you're, you know, something that your partner's doing or your person is doing that is causing you concern, and that might be why we have the Truth card here. So maybe there's something about somebody not being very honest. And what you're being asked here to do in this reading is to connect in with your truth, to connect in with the truth and the reality of the situation, to speak your truth. So any red flags or any things that is causing you concern, it's important to take heed of that and to bring that to light and to not let those things go. Pile number 3. But anyway, let's have a look at your tarot. So the first two cards are really how they see you. So how does your person actually see you? What is their view of you? The Tower. Okay. The Knight of Swords. So the Tower and the Knight of Swords. So maybe, I think it's funny because we've got this truth here. So the Knight of Swords is bold energy, bold, quick energy. Also somebody who's very sharp, mentally very sharp, very quick. And maybe what I feel here, because of all the other cards, that maybe they see you as someone who would be able to uncover the truth of a situation, and maybe that's what you did. Maybe in this situation, so maybe this is a situation for some of you whereby a truth has been uncovered and it caused a shock. It caused a shock to the situation. Something came tumbling down as a result of this truth, this piece of information maybe that came to light, that you found, that you then acted on and caused something to come crumbling. So maybe there was maybe you were in a situation and the person views you as the one who caused, if it was a relationship, and I feel it has been a relationship, and I'm just feeling that this relationship might be going through you know, a lot of turmoil at the moment, might be going through a really bad place. You might have split up a little bit. There may be a little bit of a split at the moment, and you're kind of wondering. You're both wondering, you know, should we stay in this situation, because what was once secure is now fallen, is now no more, and that somehow your person sees you as the one who has brought truth to it, as kind of, you know, acted in some way to uncover truth in this situation. And they see you as very strong, very bold, very not someone to be messed with. Really somebody who's very, very, look at this person, they are very strong. So that maybe they're feeling that you are very cross right now in this situation, or you have a lot of very intense feelings about whatever has gone on. Yeah, so their thought of you is that you are, I mean, maybe they're also possibly maybe a little bit concerned about you. Maybe they feel that you're not coping or dealing with the situation in a way. I do hope that's not the case, pile number 3. I hope that you are okay. But maybe their thought is that you are, you know, you are this strong person, but somehow you're also finding it difficult to cope. So maybe they have that kind of feeling or thought about you, or how they see you. But I think the main thing is that they see you as someone who has exposed something, and that was a shock. But you brought that, because we have this truth card and the red flags, so maybe something wasn't quite right, and you exposed it, and it meant that everything else came tumbling down. And they recognise your strength in being able to do that, and your sharpness of mind in being able to do that, and your action, your swift action, your very swift action and bold action in doing that. Okay, so what are their feelings? Judgment. King of Cups. Okay, so it's clear really in their feelings that they do want to stay in the situation for sure, because Judgment is sort of like, you know, the opposite of the Tower really, because from this crumbling situation which was built on falseness, false beliefs, rocky foundations. You have this kind of rising up, this levelling up, this beginning something new that is based on something much better, that is and also some healing and learning has taken place to get you to a different level. So I think for them, their feeling is that they want the relationship. So I do feel in many respects that there's been some sort of issue in this relationship, that it is a relationship, and that you maybe have had a little bit of a split, and you're in that kind of point of thinking, is this going to be permanent? Should I stay? Should I hang on to this situation? And your person wants that they want to be able to, for there to be a rising up from this situation, because they still love you. I think they still love you, they still care about you, they still have very strong feelings for you. We have this passion card. But, maybe they've done something, pile number 3, which was not right. Maybe they have, deceived you, lied to you, done something which meant that whatever you had with them has come crashing down. But from their point of view, their feelings are that they would like to rebuild, to come back better, if you like. Because they recognise that they have strong feelings for you and they love you, and they don't want to let that go, really. And there's a lot of passion for them. Okay, so let's have a look at their thoughts. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, I do feel like they're out in the cold. So it feels to me like this situation that there's a split here, and you're in that process, like I said, of wondering should you keep going with it, because their thoughts are that they are assessing, but they're reassessing and reevaluating with a view to not giving up on the situation. That's what they're thinking. They don't want to give up on the situation, but the 5 of Pentacles, their thoughts are that they don't like being out in the cold. They feel like they're out in the cold, that they've been put out in the cold in this situation, that they are maybe no longer welcome with you, there's this split with you, that you're in separation mode. But their thoughts are, yes, I want to rebuild this. I don't want to give up on it. But I am feeling out in the cold. I do feel like there is this lack without you. I do feel like, life is bleak. Life is bleak without you. There may as well be some sort of financial or some issues, something like that. So maybe this situation, when it all fell apart, there were some financial issues or some problems in that respect. So maybe they're feeling that as well. Maybe you are too, but there's something about a kind of lack mentality, because this is a card of lack, of poverty, of not having a lot, and having to build things up again. So maybe they're feeling like they're under the tower when it all fell apart. They're having to rebuild again in some way, but their thinking is to try and rebuild and not give up on the situation and the relationship. That's what they're thinking. Now, what are their intentions? Let's have a look. The High Priest, which is the Hierophant in this deck. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles, yeah. So their intention is definitely to commit. That they want to commit. Because underneath the Judgment, this rebuilding of the situation, rebuilding of the relationship, they want to commit. They want to offer a commitment to the situation, and they want to come forwards slowly. So they have all these feelings, but they know that they need to come forward slowly and build something slow and solid again, because the Knight of Pentacles is sort of slow and solid. I mean, the Hierophant is kind of like, that's Taurus energy. Pentacles is all the earth energies of Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We've also got a lot of other Pentacle energy here, so I feel like there's a lot of earth energy. But we also do have the King of Cups, so maybe Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, So those sorts of energies here. But we have some air too with the Knight of Swords. So yeah, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So yeah, some of those kind of astrological signs might mean something to you, but I just feel for them, their intention is very much about rebuilding, coming towards you, getting the relationship back on track, for it to be a committed, steady relationship. So it feels to me like this is a situation of Pile where there was a relationship, it's fallen apart for some reason. It feels to me like there was some, because there was an emphasis on truth and the Tower, maybe there was some deceit, something that wasn't quite right, because we have the red flags, that you uncovered that, Pile number 3, or you found that out, or you discovered that and you just said no, I'm not having that, I'm not taking that, I'm worth more than that. And they realise that you are. They realise that you are, but that you still. But what I would say is that they do want this committed relationship with you again. But you are being asked to speak and know your truth, and for that person to be. So you're being asked to be honest in the situation and to pay attention to the red flags that may still be there. So in this situation, it may mean that there needs to be a lot of work around trusting and rebuilding, and that this person has to. I think they know that they have to, because you've got the Hierophant and you've got the Knight of Pentacles, and they're both very solid cards. They know that they have to work very hard, and I think they're trying to work that out. They're trying to figure out, how they can prove to you that they can do this. But there is maybe still something about their behaviour, or what they've done to you in the past, that you are being asked to be honest with yourself about and to bear in mind. But in terms of whether you should stay in this situation, again, I don't know, that's up to you, but it seems to me that you're being asked to listen to your own truth and to speak your truth, just like you did here. But in terms of their feelings are very solid, their intentions seem to be very solid. I feel like they know that they've done wrong, but it's up to you. It's up to you. But I do feel that they do want, they certainly do want this relationship to rebuild and continue, and they want to show you commitment, really, and a sort of slow, steady growth going forwards. But anyway, pile number 3, that has been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do hit the subscribe button, and have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.